All right, we're back here once again on the LMU Coaches Show. I'm now joined by LMU men's basketball assistant Jeff Strohm. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, Jeff, it's been a really fun start to the season for men's basketball. The 11-1 start was the best in program history, right now at 13-4 overall. What are some of the keys that have led to this great start for this year's team?
Yeah, I think Jay Billis was here and spoke to our team this summer. He probably said it best. Said back when he played, they went through a rough year at Duke, and they had to go through that rough year, and they had to learn a lot of lessons that led to the year and obviously led to where their program is today. And I think the lessons of last year led us into this year. And so you have freshmen being sophomores, you have sophomores being juniors, and then you added some new guys who've been tremendous, Damian Douglas, etc. And you add that all together, and then the schedule, you start winning early, and guys believe in themselves, and then obviously great wins against UNLV, Georgetown, etc.
Yeah, and you mentioned there are certainly a few newcomers who are doing well, but this is generally a big bulk of the same roster from last year that you mentioned was just 11-20. How gratifying is it from a coaching perspective to see these guys grow and from one year to the next turn it over and already surpass that win total from last year?
Yeah, it's fun. That's why you coach. You love to see how guys improve and they grow and they get better from year to year. And then the joy is to see them enjoy the success. To see them, you were there with us in Jamaica, to see the thrill they had after beating Georgetown, after they beat UNLV on their floor, and the number of different games. Portland State, what a great win that was, and to see them celebrate with each other and believe in themselves is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and just for an individual note on you, you've obviously been coaching for a long time at many different schools. A lot of the players that you have coached have gone on to the NBA, including some really prominent guys like Dwayne Wade and Courtney Lee, Andrew Bogut down the list. But what does that mean to you to see the guys that you have coached and mentored make it to the next level and thrive there?
What's fun is, the great thing to me about college is you have these young men come in, they have dreams. And, and you get to be a small part of their dreams. And then to see them, like last summer, Dwayne was here and he worked out with our guys, and now he's a 30. I still call him a kid, but he's on this last year in the NBA, and his son's actually, in high school, and I held him as a baby. But you just see them, and they're married, and they're happy, and they've reached their goals and their dreams, and more importantly, they're incredible human beings. Like Dwayne's an incredible father, Andrew Bogut's an incredible father. And you see that, I got one on our staff right now, Anthony Winchester, played for me. And I'm just, I laugh, and Coach laughs at me. He goes, "You're like a proud dad." And I said, "Yeah," because I see Anthony say things, and he says things to me, and you're just so proud of him.
Yeah, no question about it. And looking forward on some of the things upcoming for this team, obviously in the midst of conference play right now, a 1-2 start in conference, and it was evident from the outside looking in just how tough this league is going to be. Pretty much every team is going to be competitive every night. So what does that take from a coaching perspective to prepare, and then for the players to really compete at a high level every single night for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think the league's even better than I think people thought it was good, and it's even better. And I think people are finding out that Pepperdine game, people are finding out they're pretty good. And so the challenge is you've got to prepare them for one game at a time, but also for a weekend. And so every day is a challenge, every practice is a challenge, and you got to come out and compete, because there's not one team in the league that can't beat another team.
Yeah, and looking forward in the schedule, a couple of big games coming up this week. Team travels to Spokane tomorrow, playing Gonzaga on Thursday, and then Pepperdine again in a very quick turnaround, seeing them again. So how do you prepare for those two matchups? As you mentioned, you kind of have to cram both games in at once because there's a short turnaround, but how do you look forward to those games?
Yeah, and I think you mentioned there the short turnaround's the biggest thing. We play Gonzaga Thursday, you fly back here and you get here at 5 in the afternoon, and we're playing at 1 o'clock the next day. So, it's an amazing quick turnaround. It's a quirk in this league that they do, and you know what? You just have to take the challenge, and you're excited to play Gonzaga. Questionably, maybe the deepest team in college basketball. What a great place to play, and you go in there, and you know what? As Coach told our guys today, man, you go in swinging. And that's what we're going to do. And we're excited to play in the challenge and see where our guys fit in, and then you return home. We look forward to a great crowd. The crowd the other night was fantastic, and our guys will build off of it. We look forward to playing Pepperdine. Obviously, we've got a a little upset about what happened the time before. And the great thing about it, we'll get a quick turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've talked with Mike Dunlap multiple times this year, obviously traveling with you guys, but one of the things that he stresses is not to get too high after a win or too low after a loss. Certainly we mentioned the 11-1 start, but is that difficult at times, whether it be a win or a loss, with a group of young guys to kind of keep them focused at a one game at a time and that approach?
Yeah, it is, but that's one of the things we're very proud of. It speaks to the character of our guys because it hasn't been that hard. And as you said, 11-1 could be really hard, and they're walking around campus, everybody's patting them on the back, great job, their friends are calling, people are calling, and they've handled it pretty well. And that speaks to their maturity, speaks to their parents who raised them right, and speaks to the culture of where we're headed with this program.
Yeah, and finally looking forward, mentioning Gonzaga and Pepperdine. Following that, you've got 2 more on the road with San Diego and Santa Clara. How much is your non-conference schedule, going to Jamaica, as you alluded to, UNLV, even before that in the summer with Australia, how much have those trips prepared you for tough road games in conference?
Oh, I think a lot. I think last year helped us. The guys had to get used to it, freshmen, a lot of them, learning how to do it, and then those were invaluable. You learned how to play, like down in Jamaica, we played on a Friday and a Sunday, so you learned that quick turnaround, very little scout time, very little on the floor time, and then you learned how to handle the travel, and we always tell them, be a pro about it, how to walk up and down the plane so your joints don't get sore, how to do the ice baths, all those things to take care of your body, so it's invaluable.
All right, Jeff, well, we'll look forward to that trip tomorrow. Thanks so much for your time, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing a lot of fans on Saturday. Our guys are going to need it with that quick turnaround. And in the afternoon, let's have a great time, then celebrate on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's LMU Day, 1 p.m. versus Pepperdine on Saturday. So I said, come out and join us for that one. Jeff, thanks again.
Thank you.